Hey, welcome back to boxing here in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Las Vegas Hilton. Who's one of the great flashbacks of our time, legendary boxers? Kevin Kelley. He's with me today. Kevin, I got to hand it to you. You never give up.
No, it ain't about giving up. It's about doing what you love, doing what you feel. I mean, fighting is self-expression. I fight because I like to express myself, and it's how I express myself. And when I'm training, I feel great. I feel good. And matter of fact, what lets me know that I still can do this sport is the young guys in the game. When I spar with them, and I hold my own, I do better than they thought. They're like, wow. I sparred Candice Locke for his last fight. And Candice Locke knocked the guy out in the 10th round. So that showed me right away that if he knocked this guy in the 10th round, then and I hold my own when I spar him, that means I still have a lot.
How long did you lay off this last time around, and then how long did you train?
I laid off a year. I train the whole time. In other words, the thing with me, people don't understand something. It's just between a fighter that trains for a fight, a fighter that always trains. I'm like Bernard. Me and Bernard Hopkins train year-round. We're year-round. We're not seasonal fighters. I train all the time. I live in the gym. I like the gym. It's something I got accustomed to, so I do it all the time. And I've been training now. I was off 1 year, and I've been training for 1 year. And I had a Shane Mosley fight May 31st. That fight got canceled. I was on the phone with Sterling. I took this fight, so I'm already ready. I've been ready since last month.
Tell me about the guy you're going to fight, because the other guy canceled out, or he had medical problems.
A lot of guys canceled out. I think Sterling probably went through 10 guys. When they hear my name, they say either two things. They want more money, number one, or why do I have to fight him? So, you know what, I'm a realist. I look at my career, I say, you know what, in my prime, people don't understand this. In my prime, when I was undefeated and I was 36-0, I couldn't get champions to fight me at that time, and they had to. I was number one in the world. I was a mentor. I waited 2 years for a world title fight. 2 years. I became number one in 91. I didn't fight for the world title until 93. So I can only imagine now they don't have to fight me. Why would they? Because I can punch and I got hand speeds. I can understand. I wouldn't fight me either if I had an option.
Tell me about what you may have done differently, because as you get older, your reflexes do slow down a little bit, so they say. Tell me now, tell me.
If I could pull the guy in that I've been sparring with his guy, and you can ask anybody in this room that sees me in the gym, my reflexes don't slow down. See, what happens is, this is what happens. See, I'm always studying the game. I'm my own guinea pig. That's why I commentate. Because what I do is I go in the gym and test those theories out there. You just say, oh, your reflex. I test them out. It's not your reflexes. What happens is, when you're young and you're crazy, your nerves are at end. So you're scared to death. So what happens, you throw a shot, you're okay, like this. So it looks like your reflexes are faster. They're not. You're scared to death. But as you get experience, you get more confident. As you get more confident, you tend to stay there in the pocket. When Roy Jones got beat by Tony Otava, what happened was he knew where he was, okay, and his reach. He figured, okay, I'll move like this, right? Where when Roy was younger, he would move way out the way. He would move totally away from the guy to get hit. So as you get experience, you tend to stay in the pocket. You get hit more. They claim it's your reflexes. It's not your reflexes. You're not as scared no more. You're more confident, and that's how you're able to get caught. So what I do is, I know that's the philosophy because I use it in the gym. I can have a choice to fight with that same fear or not. So like my opponent I'm fighting, Jaime, to me, he's the most dangerous man ever because he's going to make me, he scares me because I know he's got everything to gain, nothing to lose. So because he got that, I'm not going to go after him. I'm not going to just try to pound him out and think I got more experience, I got a better punch. No, I'm a box him like if he was like 16-0 because I don't know what he's got, and he's got everything to lose and nothing to gain, so he's dangerous to me. Everybody that's around is dangerous, and that keeps my senses at the tip where whoop, I'm like trying to get out, okay? And I think that's what it is. It's not reflexes. It's not. I studied it.
Okay, before we leave on this broadcast, let's talk about the guy that's doing more in boxing than anybody else. And really, it's Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions. Do you really think he's going to fight again? And would he ever fight Mayweather again? So they say he's going to.
I don't believe he'll fight Mayweather again. And I got something to say about Mayweather. People been asking me about Mayweather over and over, about what I think about his retirement. But people don't understand something. There's one part they miss, and I looked at it as myself. Mayweather had an extensive amateur career. I only had 70 amateur fights. He had like 400 or something. People forget to realize that when you have an extensive amateur career and you turn professional, you're tired. You had 400 amateur fights. We fight 4 or 5 times a week. That's a lot of fighting. Sometimes you do 15 fights a month. That's a lot of fighting. So when you turn professional and they demand this from your body, this energy from your body, you're tired already. So Floyd Mayweather right now is tired because he came off an extensive amateur career. It's almost like going from high school to college. That's the analogy, you know? When you go to college, you're kind of tired. You just did, 4 years of high school. You're kind of tired to go into this college. So if you take a year break in between, you might be rejuvenated. But people don't realize he's tired. He's been saying it since he won the world title that he wanted to get out of the game. It's not about the money. It's not about the training. It's not his hands get injured now and stuff like that. He's going through injuries. That's what zaps Floyd Mayweather.
But let's be honest about it. Floyd Mayweather is the most difficult fighter, I think, to fight, for any fighter to fight. He's just very slippery, and it's just hard to nail him. That's what Oscar had the problem in doing.
Well, Oscar had that problem anyway. People forget to realize when he fought Whitaker, he had the same problem. There's fights that are questionable. That did he win or did he lose? But you got to understand something. Boxers always give Oscar problems. That's why Shane gave him problems. So what they think? Floyd's not going to give him problems? That's style. So you got to understand something. Styles win fights. And certain styles, certain fighters shouldn't mess with. Okay? It's like me. Certain styles, I don't mess with. Okay, it ain't about the money, I can beat him up. No, it's about certain styles and adaptability. How can I adapt? Oscar is never going to beat Floyd. He'll never beat Shane. That style's not for him because he's limited in his options. In other words, you can't teach your old dog new tricks, but you can't make that dog do new tricks either. Okay? So the whole thing with Oscar De La Hoya is that Oscar is rounding up his career right now. He's going to be happy with his retirement. He wants to get 1 or 2 fights. And I think Floyd really, the fight that I think the people want to see is Floyd versus Cotto because he's the best fighter of his era. Okay? And I believe if Floyd comes back, he should get in the ring with fight Cotto because that fight makes sense. Nothing else makes sense out there.
Well, there you have it, right here from the Las Vegas Hilton. I'm Pete Allman and
Kevin Kelley, the Flush and Flash, 2-time featherweight champion of the world.